Hello, magical you. Okay, I have zero idea about what wants to come through for you today, and that's kind of the point. To create from your 0 point, to create that which does not exist. If the mind knows about it, it exists. I felt this call, this pull to record, and sometimes Source gives me information with that, and sometimes not. And this was one of those zero information times. And that used to make my human really uncomfortable. I used to sit and like meditate until something came through so that I felt more comfortable, like hitting record. It used to make me cringe, is the word, or like, you know? And here's the thing, friends. It's the things that make you go, oh, like cringe or like get anxious or nervous about, those are the things that you need to do now more than ever. Those things, like those feelings, those hesitations, the choice not to, because you don't have all the answers, because the mind doesn't know, right? That's the matrix. And you came here to live beyond your mind. That's why you, especially if you resonate with this message, I imagine that you haven't spent that much time on manifestation. Like you haven't sat there and gone, okay, I'm going to manifest this, I'm going to manifest this. There's been this innate trust in your unfolding. And where are they going with this? Okay. There's been this innate trust in your unfolding. And that trust has just grown and grown and grown, and the connection to the divine, because that's really what that trust was. You, like, not following everybody else, not, I don't know, going down the Abraham Hicks route, or not to say that there's anything wrong with that, there isn't. But I feel like you're a being who didn't go there and go, okay, how am I going to manifest myself out of this shit? Possibly because you were like, and I'm talking not now, I'm talking like 9, 10 years ago, um, that like you're very depressed, very down, like manifestation, you didn't have the energy for manifestation. You didn't have the capacity to manifest yourself out of the darkness. And it's because it wasn't meant to be. Because the version of you that is receiving this transmission is a version that knows, not in the mind, in the body, that feels that things are different, that feels called to move differently, that, like, what I'm feeling here is that like there's this little box, and slowly you've been unwrapping it, and you just, like, it's like you found your sovereignty, you found your independence. So I may be speaking to someone or someone's who have had codependency issues, and I call these issues because they're not really issues at all. It's just like things that made you feel safe, and that's exactly what codependency and codependent relationships is. It's like a false safety net, and it's placing your safety and your security and your happiness and your everything on something outside of you. So in a sense, the codependent relationship that you are stepping out of is the codependent relationship you had with yourself, that you had with the world. Um, I feel like you are now a being who can kind of like, you, your frequency doesn't move. It may, like, when I say waver, it may like bobble. Let's say you're in an intense human situation and there's stuff coming up, and oh well, um, you may like go like this, but there's this steadfastness. There's this like drumbeat that like you cannot not move to. I feel like you are a being that is done faking frequency, that is done tweaking your frequency for the sake of others at 555 at your expense, and that you have had it revealed to you, especially in this month of June, just like in all the ways that you do it, in all the ways that your human has convinced you, to like, in all the ways, like all the things that you've been doing, it's because your humans convinced you that that's how you stay safe. Okay, so there's this, I feel like you're done playing it safe. You're like, you're looking at your reality, which is an echo of all the past now used choices. And well, depending on those choices, well, maybe reflecting rainbows and unicorns, right? You may be looking in the mirror and seeing the unicorn that you are. Or it may be reflecting like the low frequency choices of the past now versions of you. But this is known to you. Like, you are no longer like altered by your external reality. Rather, you see, know, breathe, and have given yourself permission to be the orchestrator of that reality. What I'm seeing is like a being, and like it's coming outside of their chest, but it's going around them, and it's like they're one. Um, but like, you are the one rearranging reality around you. And I got this beautiful download for you guys that I'm being reminded of now. Like, your source, your God, your consciousness, right? In human form. So you're not like in your fullness. So in many ways, what you are is like, you're the hand of God. You're a piece of God here on earth. And I love this imagery because it made me laugh at, like, because it really is, for me, it resonated so much. It's like God put his hand down here and all he wants is a manicure, and you, the hand, is suddenly like seen all of these things, been asked all of these questions, and now you're like, you've made it about the color choice, when all it is about the experience of getting the manicure. Like, the color doesn't matter, that nothing matters, it's just the experience of. um so I feel like you understand this in a way that like the mind doesn't understand. I feel like I'm speaking to a being or beings that are almost like conversing with themselves in a human soul way, in a, hey, yes, this is our conditioning. You may want to do this, you may want to do this, you may begin to feel this, but we know better. So let's like just breathe into this. And let's come back to point. Let's come back to center, 914. And that's your power. That's your sovereignty. That's, you're no longer dependent, because you realize that it's not that you're the one in charge, but you're the creator of it all. So how could you need to depend on anything externally? Like, and this is a, like, I require this in order to do that. I require this in order to feel good. I require I'm doing this because it makes everybody else happy and that works for me. Like there may be this inclination to move in the old earth way, in the old frequency of you, but your truth, your knowing, your remembrance is unwavering. Like you go and then you stand true, and this is a boundary. This, like your frequency right now, is a boundary, and don't be surprised if, like, I don't know, people are a little bit like not weird around you, but because you're so sensitive and because you you know have had years of, you speak frequency, right? You don't need to know what the feeling is, or like you just know. Trust this. People are feeling your frequency, right? You are a beacon. Um, and this message has been coming through, I want to say, every day, this last few days. But friends, oh, that being said, I don't know what's going on with my technology, my internet, my whatever, but everything is a little bit trippy on my side. So videos, which are, I normally post on the day that I create. Right now, you're receiving videos like one day late. Not that there's any such thing as late. You're receiving them right on time. But yeah, just so you know, that's for my human to just feel a little bit comfortable that you guys know what's going on my side. But if you're still here, my name is Angela. I'm a channel of enforced consciousness, as are you. And let's see what else. Source, your angels, your guides, wants to bring through for you today. So this is the Phantomized Tarot. It's actually one of my favorites. I haven't used it in a while. But I do see that at the bottom of the deck is the Eight of Wands. For me, this is the magic card. It's like when the smoke, like when, the magician on stage does something and then there's this poof of smoke and then suddenly everything's different. It's kind of what I feel with this card. Like, okay, so let's breathe together, shall we? Breathing in through the nose. And I say this at 1, 2, 3, 4. You are like, you've opened a new door. And it's like the the door was within you. Like, I don't know. Okay. Breathing in through the nose to your heart space, acknowledging your light, your magic, your truth, your divinity. And then with each and every exhale, surrendering to the perfection of you and your now, exactly as it is. Breathing at your own pace, just breathing into that heart space. Breathing as many times as you feel called to. Just give yourself permission to be here fully now. Okay, what's at the bottom of the deck? The Two of Cups. I love this energy because it is the coming together of of everything. It's the melting of this illusion. Okay, we have the Magicians, the Lovers, the Three of Pentacles. I do feel an energy of, I'm just going to take a clarifier here. Okay, we have the High Priestess underneath it too. This is something that is being revealed to you. It's something that you're bringing in. But because the Lovers and the Two of Cups came out, I feel like, and we have the Empress. Yeah, I feel like you are creating your dream reality as as we speak, as we are. Because you've already put as we are conversing, because you've already put the things in motion. Like you put all the clothes in the washing machine, and you've put the soap in, and you've turned it on, and you 1 4 4, and you know that it's just a matter of time. Like it'll be ready when it's ready. It'll knock on your door when it's gonna knock on your door, and that energy. That's the most beautiful energy that you could possibly embody. You are the Three of Pentacles. Like, I love that on this particular card we just see Pentacles. Okay, what else is there? The King of Cups. See the Eight of Pentacles. We see more than just the Pentacles. The Moon and the Two of Wands. A decision. There is a decision that you have made or are going to make, that like aligns everything, that confirms everything. It's like, what I'm seeing is like you've been doing things with the universe, like the universe gave you like a thing where you had to check boxes and sign and do this and do that. And like on an internet form, and you push submit and then it keeps flagging and you have to go and see, oh, it's red, I didn't do that, I didn't fill that in, I didn't fill that in, I didn't do that. And you've checked, you've been checking all the boxes, and anything else that has yet to be checked will be revealed to you. The decision is like on this final choice, this final leap in a way. I feel like for many of you, you're being called to kind of jump ship. Oh, this is interesting because the Two of Wands in the traditional tarot is, the person staring out the window, looking at the boats, wanting to go on the journey. Okay, wondering, choosing. And the Three of Wands is where they've made the choice to go on this journey. And I love this because the journey, it's like this jumping ship, this taking this leap. The fact that there's nothing for the kids, we don't see what, it's all unknown. All that is known is that, like, it's not resonant, it's not for me, I can't do this anymore. For some of you, it's going to be a relationship. For some of you, it'll be a friendship. For some of you, it'll be a way of being. For others, it'll be like your job or whatever. There's like a leap into the unknown. So that, because I don't feel, what I feel here is I feel this movement, right? Here the pentacles are being gathered. In the Four of Pentacles, there's often this keeping things to yourself. But I feel you, like we have the Eight of Pentacles here. So this is what I feel you in, right? As you choose to trust the magic, to trust that you, because this is also about this sacred divine feminine that has come alive within you that you cannot deny. And this is, it's like what I feel here, the divine masculine, when it's in its flow based state, it's trusting, it's knowing, it works with all the elements that it has. And when it's in a like a toxic way, it's controlling, it's nitpicky, it's strategic, it's very, very much mind play. And I feel like there's no more mind play. There's just like, I'm hearing heart play. And I say that as I'm looking at the Magician and the King of Cups. The King of Cups knows that 911 knows that there's nothing to fear. Knows that whatever you're like he's experiencing, if he's experiencing a storm, 1912, it's an echo of a past version of him. And all he needs to do is stay true to this now version of him, this identity that he's chosen to be, this sovereign being that he's given himself permission to be. And the echo, right, will dissipate, and the smoke will dissipate, and you will see your true reflection. You are bringing in whatever this choice is, whatever this thing is that you're being called to like leave, or maybe it's jumping towards something, maybe it's saying yes to something, but there is a leap, there is just a leap into trust, a leap into knowing, a leap into the unknown, and knowing that the unknown, like the you that is the unknown, is so excited to be like working with you, to be creating with you in your true frequency, that it wants nothing more, and this is source, this is the universe, it wants nothing more than tinker and to create everything that you truly desire. But you have to like create the circuit, right? It's like this leap is like you being like a wire, and when you jump to the next point, you connect the circuit, and then everything can come online, and everything can light up, and everything can be seen, and the smoke can begin to dissipate, or the magic can begin to like take place within the smoke, within the unknown. With this Eight of Pentacles, like what you have been doing in this time of like not manifesting from the ego, you've been discovering, remembering exactly what calls to you. Like you have, it's not that you're ahead, but this is why you're in the first wave of new consciousness. This is why you're a new earth leader, why you are like the unicorn in the world that shows up and goes, hey, I'm a unicorn. And then everybody else can finally believe that they can be unicorns too, type energy, right? This, you move first. And you're really being called to take what your mind, what your human calls risk, and rearrange that story and heal that fear. And this isn't like shadow work healing. This is like, hey, fear, you're a fear. You don't exist. You're a human construct of the matrix. Like, you're low frequency. I only play with high frequency. Okay, like that's the level of detachment I feel that you are able to gift yourself in these moments. Okay, let's see if there's anything else in the tarot. But you're bringing in, yeah, it's going to be a relationship for some of you. It's going to be a divine partnership. It's going to be the end. What I'm hearing is like the end of the lonely era. And I feel like many of you have really been alone, and that's not to say that you've actually been alone, but you felt very unseen, very, yeah. And that suit, it's come apart at the seams. Like that's this frequency thing that you can no longer fake your frequency. You can no longer put on the costume and pretend to be that version of you, that old version of you, that version of that no longer exists, because every single time you do, you experience the reflection of that version of you, and you know, right? 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. The Nine of Cups, the King of Swords. I love this for you, friends. Just give yourself permission to trust yourself, trust you, trust each and every now version of you, to breathe into anything that comes up and to feel into the frequency of it. That's what's happening here. Like you're in this space, then like where you don't have to worry. Every single one of those wines is going to taste perfectly. There's nothing to fear. And if you give yourself permission to move from that space in each and every now, not just like for a thing or this thing, like in each and every now with everything, To move from the space of I cannot fail as long as I'm being true to me and what calls to me. Just give yourself permission to do that for like, I don't know, 3 days, 5 days. I feel like 5 days is a really good number because 5 is, well, for me, the number of shifting and change. Give back yourself permission to just play in this way for 5 days, where every move is a resonant move, regardless of what, like, what it does to your external world or what it brings up, like with the thoughts, the fears. Like, if it is resonant, trust it. Like, trust yourself. Because if you don't trust this self, you are saying to the, like, the self that is you, like the universe, God, that you don't trust it to show up for you. And so for many of you, I also feel like this Two of Cups is you fully trusting you, trusting your reality, and trusting the, like, how do I put this? Trusting the game in a way, like trusting this new level of what may feel like detachment to your human, but is really just you taking back your power, your sovereignty, your ownership. Okay, I'm gonna pull some alchemy today, and I'm not sure where, so it's gonna be whatever you guys need to hear. Okay, Ouroboros, the Great Serpent, Alchemical Wedding. This is a beautiful one. Seriosa, I'm not even gonna try, friends. But let me put it there so that you guys can see. Okay, Alchemical Wedding. I'm gonna start there. Hmm. There we go. Ritual, celebrating, uniting. All hail the alchemical wedding. The laboratory morphs into a dreamlike dance floor, and all your allies, fellow alchemists, and ancestors are here to witness the celebration. What was once lost has been found. What was once denied has come fully into the alchemist's embrace. The work is often felt as serious and studious, but the alchemical wedding is a moment of levity and lightness. When this card arrives, it is of the utmost importance to mark the occasion. Celebrate, celebrate, celebrate. Honor and acknowledge those who have helped you along the alchemical path. You have come so far. Energy radiates from uniting of opposites and the redrawing of life's blueprint. The new form has arrived. The unknown has become known. You'll be back to your existential queries and tinkering ways in no time. Now the work is to revel in the miracles. Go deeper, watch the Flaming Lips video. Do you realize? To ponder, intimacy without sex. 294. Witness the journey of a fellow alchemist, celebrate and congratulate them. The alchemical wedding is not about you. This is the key to alchemy. The alchemical the alchemical wedding is a radical act of presence and acceptance. Do something spontaneous today without rules, books, spreadsheets, social media, or schedules. The Ouroboros is the energy that I feel that you have moved out of. Like, it may still be engulfing you a little bit, but like when it's engulfing you, it's very short lived. Um, because this is like your new frequency. Almost there, friends. There we go. Ouroboros, the great serpent, the tail eater, the guardian, quantum realm. The Ouroboros is the all-encompassing glimpse of the alchemical process. The hungry snake bends itself around you in a gesture of protection and guardianship, giving you the space and safety to participate in the work. Anything and everything can be offered into its mouth for transformation, good, bad, blasphemous, or precious. The materials of our life transmute into gems along the great serpent's spine, along with your woes. That Ouroboros engulfs every pair of opposites. What is masculine becomes feminine, what is sky becomes earth, what is past becomes future. When this card appears, you have entered the quantum realm. Everything is a possibility. No one knows the limits of the Ouroboros. Just when you fell into thinking that your life was straightening out, the snake takes you once again into its gaping mouth for an entirely new trajectory. Go deeper, look at 1889 etching Die Schlinkelkeit, Sensuality by Franz von Stuck, to ponder your iris encircling your pupil. This card runs in tandem with the Rotatio card. If both appear in one reading, you are certainly caught in a loop, even a hamster wheel that will take advanced effort to exit. See, I don't feel like you're caught in a loop at all. I feel like every time it's taking you in, it's just like it's going on, what do you call it? You find them at amusement parks, not a Ferris wheel. I imagine you're like, that thing. Uh, anyway, the thing that does the loopy loops, I can't, it's just not coming to me. And it's really fun and really fast. Like the Ouroboros would be that ride, kind of getting stuck or upside down, and you kind of having to sit there and when is it going to be over? Like you're moving through these things like effortlessly because like your light is so true. Like you're a seeker of truth now. You are not a seeker of denial or excuses or like, and this is something that you have embodied, right? And because you have embodied like this desire to embody and be and seek truth, it's it allows you to move more freely through these realms. And because it's the quantum realm, like I feel like in this Ouroboros you have the opportunity to quantum jump, and that's kind of what you're doing or what you've been doing. Is that you're moving through things, or you will be moving through things really quickly, and you'll see the opportunity to shift the false belief, the mindset, whatever it is. And each of those shifts equates to like a quantum jump, a timeline hop. Okay. Note that the great serpent eats itself, not others. The work starts and ends with the alchemists themselves. Through this remembrance, the alchemist learns to service the world. Okay, friends. I have forgotten the last few transmissions to pull from here, but I just feel like this is a really cool 5D deck, and I'm just playing with it a bit. And so you guys get, well, it's usually 3, but we'll see. I'm laughing because sexuality and sensuality and creation and love and partnership and trust, and it's like even self-devotion, right? This is all coming through. Express pure love. Like this pure love that you've been expressing to you. Okay, there we go. We've got our 2, is what is bringing in this thing. I don't know. It feels like a being, friends, and I'm not saying that this is a love reading, but there is an energy of that. Okay, I would be inauthentic if I didn't if I didn't say that. Okay, 28 angels. Ask the angels, illuminated masters, be a spreader of love. Here with this card, ask the angels, sure, but know that the angels answer here, right? You may get downloads, you may get images, but like sometimes the angels just answer here, and it's a question of Soul, show me if this is in my highest good. Does this feel good for me to move in this way? Okay. I love that her face is also like half gone. It's like you're now, it's in my mind, I see it fully there, not slightly hidden by cloud or light. The connection has been made. Like there's no more separation. I mean, you may still experience separation, but the knowingness that it doesn't exist is fully alive within you. Okay. Thank you for creating or co creating this transmission with me today, friends. Thank you for being the beautiful beings that you choose to be. And I will be replying to comments today. I don't know if you watched, I think it's going to be yesterday's video, but as you see, my little one, most of the stuff I get to do when she's napping, which is for like a little bit of time unless she goes to play school. And it used to be the evenings, but my kid, super busy. And by the time I put her to sleep, like half the time I'm falling asleep with her. So, friends, just know that I appreciate you, your comments, your love, all of it, because you confirm to me that me choosing to show up here in my authenticity is like what I am meant to be doing, at least for now. So, thank you. Blessings and love. Bye bye.